Taffy.
Hello, Colonel.
Hello, Taffy.
Oscar's just come out of the cathedral about 3 minutes ago. I missed him coming out, but I've got plenty of video of that. At the moment, he's going to sit down in a moment and have a pot of tea. So I'm going to try and set the camera up so he's facing out the sun. And
so if you just keep the zoom going, okay.
I'll leave it switched on as it is.
Yeah.
And I'll just try and set it up.
Okay.
From Seattle.
Oscar.
Hello. Sorry, I just had to nip to the facilities. Let me have a look.
Okay, so Taffy, if you just have Oscar, if he moves to his left.
I'll to move the camera. Is that better?
There you go. Perfect. Hello, David.
I'll keep my distance.
Oscar,
you're looking very smart, Oscar.
Well, I've just come off duty at the cathedral. Of course, normally we wear gowns, but in the present situation, we're not allowed to because we don't have our own gowns. They're sort of passed around us. So because of that, we have to wear clothes.
there we go.
No, we don't want that, Dave. Dave, no.
Yes, we do, because Oscar wants to see his phone.
Yeah, but we can't see you. Can't see you.
I'm just going to pour some tea because I've just come off 3 hours talking.
Hang on, let's move around.
Yeah.
Is that better? That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, all right.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Colonel, I put a quick link on the crew bar, so if anyone is available, just to click on it.
Yeah. This would be wonderful. Yeah.
Cheers, Oscar. I'm having a cup of tea as well. It's good to see you.
Oh, it's welcome to have a cup of tea after talking non-stop for 3 hours. I'm losing my voice. We've had 211 people through the cathedral as guests today. Of only 46 were on the morning watch, so most of them have come this afternoon. But we had a steam train special, so that brought us in a lot of guests all of a sudden in a rush.
Right.
And this happens constantly. We've got 73 of these steam train specials this year coming to Carlisle, and each one of them brings a huge influx into the city and the cathedral. So,
Oscar, I've got a question for you. On the last Sunday's crew bar, we had John Ginty. Do you remember John Ginty? He lives in Las Vegas now, but he was on the Himalaya back. He joined in '65, and he was on the Himalaya whatever year. And I was thinking of you.
Right, I was there 63, 64, but 65 I was on Orchides.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you still there, Oscar? Okay, we got your phone number, and that's all at the moment.
That's Taffy, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you can hear the sound.
We can't see you, Oscar, but we can hear you.
Oh, someone's calling him. That's why. Well, you should.
1 Maxton Road. It's coming up. 1 Maxton Road, Brendan.
Oh, it's Brendan.
Well, okay.
Brendan.
Listen, if you tell Brendan, I'm posting it on the Seafair just on there right now.
I'm not going to touch this phone, John, because it'll knock everything off.
No, I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this.
Right. Okay. Thanks. Hang on. Do you want me to call Brendan, Colonel?
Yeah. Okay. I'm putting it on the Seafarers right now. Just the link. So yeah, if you call him, just tell him it's on there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, lovely. Right.
Live. It's okay. I've done it on the Seafarers. It's okay.
John, are you recording?
Yes,
okay.
I am. It's recording to my computer. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Are we back live, John?
Well, yeah. Here we go. Here comes Pete. Yeah, we're live. We're live, Taffy. This is wonderful.
Brilliant.
Peter Stevens.
Oh, he was here for a second.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Right. Right. Brendan's engaged. Right. I'll put that message up as well. Oscar, this is wonderful to see you. I mean, we hear you every week and love the stories, but to actually see you now is marvellous.
Did you get the one I sent you yesterday?
Yeah,
I sent you another story yesterday, so I've actually done 2 in a week.
Well, it means we got plenty to look forward to.
Yeah, so we can record. We can record one of them on Thursday.
Fruit, yeah, I will do it on Thursday, and I know Fruity can't wait for the next instalment. Isn't that right?
Well, of course. See, I haven't seen Oscar for so long, as we haven't had the P&O pensioners' lunches.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the pension lunch is supposed penciled in it for, I think it's 3rd of September.
Yeah,
but whether it goes ahead or not, I don't know. It all depends on how this virus thing goes. But I would expect that the pensioners' lunch will go ahead. While I'm here, we're in the cathedral grounds now, and the new cathedral cafe, which is only a year old, and it's built on the foot of the former cloisters, which were here in medieval times. So we're actually sat now what would have been the middle of the medieval cloisters, and the cloisters would have run round us, and we'd be sitting on probably what would have been grass in those days, in the centre of the cloisters. The building behind me is this is the refectory, or the monks' dining room, and this is here in its entirety still. It's all just been refurbished. So this is a spectacular building from the Middle Ages. This little part here you can see is actually all that remains of the original cloisters. And beyond it is another small piece, which is an octagonal chapter house. All that's left is that. Over behind you is the main cathedral, and the missing part starts at that buttress and runs through those houses to the left. You point the other way, Taffy. Right. It would originally run through between those houses to the west gate at the other end of the cathedral. So we actually have a third of this cathedral missing. We have most of the nave has gone, and the 2 bays left of the nave is the military chapel of the Border Regiment. So that's exactly where we're sat at the moment.
Taffy.
Yeah. This is Taffy's greatest scoop ever, Taffy.
Not very professional, I might add. The cameraman shouldn't be doing that.
And Mr. Stevens, good morning, Mr. Stevens. Good afternoon, whatever. Yeah.
Pete in the shower.
I think he's in the shower. Yeah. There's a sound issue from the BBC studios. That's okay.
Hang on.
Oscar's having a cup of tea break.
He's having a tea break, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Nothing's changed there.
Dave, you need to keep the interview going, Dave.
Who's that? Look at that. Who's that old poster behind him? Who's behind him? Look.
Oscar, can you see me? Can you see me,
Not
Oscar?
really. The sun's shining directly on you. No.
Okay. He'll see the live recording, Dave.
When you see the live recording, Oscar, you'll see your phone is now my backdrop. It's my background. Well,
it's Taffy's phone. Taffy's phone, not mine.
No, the Ollie Pocket phone.
Oscar's doing a tour at the cathedral.
Would you like to know
Hi.
something else?
Sorry.
Pete's in the shower. John's in Seattle.
Pete's having a shush.
Dave, can you talk to Oscar? He asked if he's got something else to talk about.
Yes, okay. I'll tell you a bit more about it.
Yeah, please, Oscar. Yeah, we love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Here's John.
it is actually a 900-year-old building. It's Norman, a Norman cathedral. It was once a huge Norman cathedral. Because of the bit that's missing that I've told you about before, it's now become the second smallest cathedral in England. The smallest being Christ Church, Oxford in England, which is a college chapel and the seat of the Bishop of Oxford. And the smallest in Wales, in Taffy country, is St. David's.
Wonderful.
Oh,
I am going to interrupt now, gentlemen, because I've caught Oscar completely on the hoof. He just walked out the door of the cathedral, and I had to set this up on the run, if you like. And Oscar, God bless him, is digging into a cup of tea and a piece of cherry cake. And I got to let him finish it because he's absolutely shagged out.
Yeah, but we need to keep the camera rolling, Taffy. Please keep it rolling. Even if he falls asleep, please.
not
The
the
only
language to use
problem
in
I
church,
have
Alan.
The only technical problem I have is that we're set up in the best way I could, but it's in the middle of a cafe that's closing down.
That's
And
all
they
right,
take-
Taffy. It's live. Dave, help me out here. It's live. We're good.
Okay.
It's wonderful stuff.
Right?
Groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Great.
Dave, help me out with this, please. David, hello.
No, we've been waiting for this moment for the 12 months, and what an anniversary special edition! You know, we've just got a follow on from Sunday's Oscar on the show on the crew bar, which is brilliant. So thank you, Oscar. You look frozen at the moment, Oscar. It's all right. It's good. It's good.
I can't.
Have to look smart when we're guiding.
It's a very rare day in Carlisle with the sun shining.
Yeah.
Yes, but we've actually we're going to have about a week of this weather, according to the forecast. The worst weather is apparently towards the south.
Yeah,
So
it is.
in the last week, you've had a lot of rain, which we haven't had here, which is a total reversal of what normally happens. Often
Right.
up here, we can be 10 degrees cooler than you are down there. So we do tend to get cooler temperatures, and we get a lot more rain on a normal year. So this year, that hasn't happened. We've actually had very little rain this year, but it is totally unusual. Usually we get the most rain. It's the reservoirs here down in the Lake District and so on, supply Manchester with water. It's piped all the way down. So without the water that comes from the Lake District, some of the bigger cities to the south of us wouldn't have as much water as they have. So, and our weather pattern often is more like Scotland, not like England.
That's why you got all those lakes up there.
Steve Walker is hoping to join us very shortly. He's just driving back. I had a message from him. He's very excited about this, Oscar. So hopefully he'll join you before the end of this recording.
Yeah, I've got a question for Oscar. Oscar, how come you can remember the details from the ship days going back to the 1960s, and you know names, and you know, or you have an amazing memory, Oscar?
Well, I don't know. I just seem to have stuck with me. Though a lot of the stories I'm writing for you, I'm pretty careful about names. Sometimes, although I know the names, I think it is more political not to actually say them, but describe them. But sometimes you might get who I'm talking about by the description.
Yeah. Taffy, you bastard.
Yeah.
But and I don't always remember the names when I'm writing it. Sometimes I remember them later.
Can I interrupt for one moment? Because I would like you to ask Oscar how he arrived at becoming a tour guide in Carlisle Cathedral.
Who's going to ask the question?
Good question.
Oscar,
Good question.
how did you arrive at becoming a tour guide at the cathedral?
Well, when I retired from P&O, I came to live in Carlisle because in Cumbria I have 16 relatives. Just up the road from me was a church called St. James, which I went to for a service. Discovered it was a happy clappy church with karaoke screens and a rock band, which wasn't quite my style. Next week, I went to the cathedral, which was the old traditional type service, and of course, quite high church. It suited more to what I was used to when I was a choir boy all those years ago. And I sort of started going to the services here, and then I was told that they were desperate for volunteers here for doing this sort of work. And I went and did the training. They weren't running training courses. So I got the book they trained from. And I started walking around with the book and training myself for about 18 months. Then they ran a 10-course system to educate some guides, and I was on that. And finally, I became an apprentice guide, you might say, and finally a full guide here. So often I find myself, like this afternoon, standing in as a welcomer on the door because we are desperately short of volunteers. Before the pandemic, we had 46 volunteers here to run the shop, welcoming and guides. Now we've only 20 left. We hope some of the others will come back eventually, but we won't know until after Boris opens up the entire thing, and some of the more nervous ones might come back. So that's basically how I ended up here. And I'm not one wants to sit at home and watch that daytime television. So it's a good alternative. I come in for a few hours each time, 5 days a week. And I do Saturdays, I do a full day, and Sundays. But the other 3 days are half days, like today. But we can be very, very busy.
Well, that's great stuff, Oscar.
Yeah.
Well, good on you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brendan, for doing Dave's job. David,
Where is
hello?
Dave?
Brendan does a better job than I do. All
No,
right,
I just
Colonel.
Yeah,
just
okay.
commented about his volunteering. It's good.
Yeah, no, you're wonderful, Brendan. I know.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get Dave going.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Dave was Dave
Okay.
became a little glazed over, I think, at one point.
Yeah. I think it's his Wi-Fi. It's his Wi-Fi. Mr. Stevens has got dressed. Good evening, Pete.
Good evening, John. Yeah, good afternoon. Hello, everyone.
I got a question for Oscar. Oscar, are you going to be home in time to watch the Big Mac?
Yeah, well, I'll be going home right after this. Yes.
And
Because
you will be watching the football, correct?
I don't know about that.
Whoa.
I think
Starts in an hour, Oscar. Oscar, it starts in an hour.
the first thing on my menu when I get home is 30-minute nap. I can assure you.
You can't nap for England and Germany, Oscar.
Yeah.
It's a biggie.
And I will, of course, make my evening meal, which I always do myself in the kitchen. Everything is prepared from scratch with me. So I will be doing that later on this evening. And having dinner at 8. No, dinner's always at 8.
So I'll just tell Oscar something, that this huge Taffy Apple production special is going to go out worldwide as soon as you finish your tea. So the time you get home, Surgeon John Evans in Australia will be watching it, and the rest of the world. As long as the CBC gives me permission to do that. That's useful.
Okay, thank you very much.
The crew director.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I just like to say
Now, Oscar.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go on
Taffy.
now.
right. I just like to say I want to show you just how smart and how well Oscar represents the Merchant Navy in Carlisle Cathedral. So I'll try and make it as nice as possible.
It's blazer. Yeah, I know. It's nice blazer. Yeah, yeah.
It's a lovely acknowledgement.
Yeah.
He's got
And of course,
he's got the
when
badge
you
there
think-
on his blazer as well.
Yes.
Got Merchant Navy tie on.
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Why have we lost that? We've lost Oscar.
And the
And
badge.
may I just say, he was completely surprised by this interview, because actually where he was working all day in this is really hot and sunny here. That's where those people are stood over at the entrance. That's where Oscar was working, just inside there all day at this beautiful cathedral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Taffy.
Oh, wonderful. What a day. What a day for it.
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
think we might have to. I think we might have to close, lads, because they've closed the cafe and we're really holding them up.
I wonder
could
if
get
you
locked in.
can you move into the
It's a
Taffy bill,
lock-in.
Taffy?
All right. What I'll do is I'm going to give
Yeah.
the camera to Oscar while I just tell the cafe owner that we're all finished and we're going to leave.
Are you going to pay your bill? Are you going to pay your bill, Taffy?
Do a runner.
Don't move your hand. Just keep it there.
Okay.
David, I need you today. Please come on, get on your game.
But is that the bells ringing?
No, it should,
That is 4 o'clock striking on the cathedral bell.
What excellent. I mean, it's all live. It's all live.
Yeah.
Now, Oscar, will you be back in tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. You'll be working tomorrow.
Yes, I'm working tomorrow, 12:30 to 3:30 again tomorrow. But I'm off
All right.
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
As
you
it's
are,
4
because that's
o'clock-
our,
as it's
that's
4
our
o'clock.
recording. Yeah.
As it's
We'll
4
be
o'clock.
doing that Thursday. Yeah.
As it's 4
No,
o'clock.
we'll look forward to it. Lovely. So, Oscar, when you get home, you'll be able to look at this recording and you'll be able to see who's with us at the moment. We've got Fruity and Steve Walker and Brendan and Pete Stevens along with Colonel.
Okay, that's lovely. I hope
Yeah.
you all
All right.
enjoy it.
and just a
Great
bit,
to
just
see
a
you.
bit of
Yeah.
business. Oscar, just give me a second, gentlemen. I'm putting a motion forward that the board, we get Brendan on the board. We'll give him the title. But Brendan,
No, it's all
no,
right.
yeah, no, because you come on like this. We're gonna have you on the crew bar business group, the special. Can we need you? Thank you.
Like Matt Hancock, a non-executive director sort of thing.
Motion there, and it has to be voted in by the board. Hands up.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to keep the camera running, Brendan, so we can see what you get up to in the office.
There you go. There you go.
We'll have to turn it the other way, Pete, like he did.
The motion has
Colonel.
passed. The motion has passed.
It's done. It's done.
Thank
All right,
you.
by the
Deeply
time we're
honoured.
finished- By the time we're finished, we'll have more members of the board. It'll be just like the
No.
introductions to the show.
This is
We're getting
a
longer and
special
longer
one.
every week.
It's a special one, Steve. We need
it's
Brendan.
special.
Well, I'll leave it to the board to come up with an appropriate title, because I'm sure you can come up with something.
Hey, Brendan, don't you worry. We certainly will do.
Can't wait till we get like 40 odd people on. The introduction will be about an hour.
It'd be great. No, we've got something to think about now. We're going to have to
10,
think up a
9,
special.
8,
Yeah.
7, 6,
Oh, it's going.
5,
It's actually
4,
going.
3, 2, 1. Over and out. Great stuff.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Oscar.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.